This video will help you type up an MLA style essay. Before you type a single word, you need to make sure that you have correctly set the font style and size to either Times New Roman or Arial and size 12. Next, you're going to click on the Page Layout tab up here. Once you're there, you're going to click right here and set the margins to be 1 inch all around. After you do that, check right here to make sure that the spacing before and after is set to 0. Next, I'm going to show you how to double space your essay. In order to access the menu that you need, you're going to need to click right there. Once you clicked where I just showed you, this menu box is going to open. You want to make sure that you have selected line spacing double here. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and click OK, and then you can start typing. You may notice that here on this sample, student and 1 are grayed out. They're not going to look like that if you were to print your essay. But to get your page number and this part of the heading to be correct, you're going to need to click here, which is then going to open up this different tab. So it's header and footer tools, and then here where it says design. You will need to change the font and size here to be correct. I've already done that, so that's why you see it that way. You will probably first need to select the page number. You're going to want to tell it to be at the top of the page, then you're going to get these options. I would go plain number 3 here so that then it shows up in the upper right hand corner, which is where you want it. Once you do that, then the page number will be there. Then you will have to go through, you'll put the cursor in front of the page number and you will type your last name there. To get back to the point where you can now start typing your essay, you will just need to click anywhere here, and then this part of the header will be grayed out again, and then this part will now be showing in the darker looking color. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and start typing up your essay. Because you already set it up to be double spaced, you only need to hit enter 1 time. You will never hit enter more than once. Please notice how there is the same amount of space between each of these lines. What many students do is after they click or after they type this part of the heading, then they will hit enter multiple times, but you don't need to do that. You will only hit it once. You will center the cursor. You can make your title bold. After that, you will hit enter 1 more time, take the bold off, and then move the cursor to the left. And of course, every time you start a new paragraph, you will need to press indent, which is tab on your keyboard. Once you have gotten to the end of your essay, press enter 1 more time. Then what you're going to do is you are going to click on the Insert tab. Once you're there, you are going to insert a page break, and that can be found right there. The reason why you do this is so that the works cited page will continue and be paginated correctly as the final page of your essay. Please notice that for your works cited page, you are allowed to make that title center and bold. Everything should still be double spaced. And also the other thing I want to show you is that the top section right here should look like this. In order to get it to look like that, you will need to click on the bottom triangle and move it over about 1/2 inch. If you click on the rectangle, that will move the whole thing over. Do that before you even start typing, and it will make sure that the first line always comes out all the way to the left, that is left justified, and then whatever is left hanging, anything that goes beyond 1 line, will now be kind of indented a little bit, the opposite of how we would indent a paragraph, I guess you could look at it.